I'm Haluk Bulucu from FNSS Defense Systems, based in Ankara, Turkey. We're conducting a MILDESIGN 2015 competition among students and professionals to promote the design activity in Turkey among professionals and students on design of combat vehicles. We have a jury, international jury, and among the jury members we have a very good friend from Renault Trucks. He's the senior vice president of marketing, external communication, and external relations, business relations. So I'd like to ask a few questions to Marc Chassillan. Marc, welcome to FNSS and Ankara. We've been having a lot of good relations in the past. What do you think about the competition?
First of all, I must tell you, Haluk Bey, that I'm very impressed by the quality of the drawings and designs and projects that have been submitted to the jury, and I am also impressed by the number of answers and contenders you have in this contest. So it's a very good surprise for me to see so many young people interested in the business of defense and the business of armored vehicles.
What do you see? How do you see the future of this competition or similar competitions?
Well, I see a great future because we are facing a lot of challenges in the industry of armored vehicles. We have a lot of contradiction in the operational requirement coming from the armies. The end users, they want more payload, more volume, but in fact they want to have affordable vehicles, so that could drive to a lot of frictions and contradiction in the design of the vehicle. So we see that a lot of breakthrough in different technologies, and especially the technologies of propulsion, that may drive to a more affordable solution and feasible solution that could combine what I mentioned, so big payload, a lot of armor protection, while maintaining the weight of the vehicle below a certain limit.
What would that certain limit be? 15 tons, 20 tons?
Well, we all know that as far as the main battle tanks are concerned, as an example, it's crazy to go beyond 60 or 65 tons because the vehicle is not as usable as a light vehicle. For wheeled vehicle, we see a threshold around 30 tons. Beyond that threshold, it may pose problem. So this is why this kind of contest is really refreshing for us, and to see how young minds can think about a solution that we had not in mind before.
Marc, this competition was, the theme of the competition was to design modular and remote controllable vehicles. How do you see the future of the remote controlled autonomous vehicles?
Well, it's a rather old debate within the industry and with the end users too, because I do believe that the technology is available. The pity is that the doctrine and the way to use them on the battlefield pose many problems. The first one is legal. So we know that a lot of governments and political people are really reluctant to have what they call robotic shooters without any control on the battlefield. So it's more a matter of regulation, it's more a matter of finding things legal than difficulties in the technology. Because, well, we went on the moon some decades ago. We are able to drop a tiny probe on a stone somewhere in the space. So the technology is not the obstacle. The obstacle clearly for remote systems lies in political approach and the way to do things legally.
In the land defense sector and elsewhere in the defense sector, the industry is shrinking, the demand is shrinking, but that's not the same in France. You have an 8 billion euro program, as far as I know, whether that's correct or not, that secures business for the industry for the next 15 years. And we understand that the business will be divided among Thales, Renault, and Nexter.
That's right.
So that, to us, is a very smart decision from the government side to keep the industry alive. Thereby, the French army will be supported by the industry at full strength. Would you suggest the same to the other countries to follow the same structure? Second question is, and final question, Turkish industry is hungry for designers, and we're promoting the design activity in Turkey. And would you see that, besides France, designers from the European industry will come to Turkey? Two questions.
So I'll try to answer your first question about the political aspect of how acquisition are driven in France. We are lucky, clearly, to have this Scorpion program implemented in France that we share with our colleagues of Thales and Nexter. And it provides us with an exceptional view on the future because, as you mentioned, we have ahead of us a 15 years activity. The point that very important in France, and it has to be very well understood by the people, is that the army is shrinking. And among the first one, unfortunately, who has to be let off when this shrinking occurs are people from the maintenance and the depot and the logistic units. So this is why the main concern of the French army is to maintain in France a capability to maintain, repair, retrofit and modernize the fleet over a period of 3, 4, even 5 decades. There is a new phenomenon now all through the military, is that the life duration of the platform is being extended. I just mentioned the B-52 bomber in the Air Force. It's a wonderful stuff. The first fly occurred in the early 50s. And we do know that the Air Force will maintain this B-52 in service until 2040. So it's an exceptional life for a platform. And it's exactly the same for ground platform, for Navy platform. And this is why the concern of the forces, Navy, Air Force, or land forces, is now in being sure or having the guarantee that they are back and properly backed by a strong national industry in order to take care of those issues of maintenance and so on. And the decision of the French government was very smart, in a sense that within this Scorpion program, which is equally shared by Nexter, Renault and Thales, that will provide workload activity for the French industry, and then it will provide the army the guarantee that somebody will answer when a phone call will be issued by them. So they want to have somebody to talk to if they need something.
Excellent. And how about the designers going out of business in Europe? Would they be willing to come to Turkey to work for industries like ours?
I'm sure that if the contest of FNSS is open to European designers, I'm sure that you will find out some very motivated people eager to present their ideas and concepts. Europe is an open territory, okay? So everybody is free to move wherever he wants, and it's something which is one of the beauty of Europe, and Turkey is part of Europe.
FNSS Turkey is certainly a part of Europe, although not politically yet, but still we're a natural part of Europe, and we're really looking forward to employing designers from countries like France, Germany, England, Italy, Spain, and elsewhere. And thank you, Marc, for being with us as part of our jury, and we'll be friends forever. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be in Turkey, and you know the story I had in this country during the main battle tank program.
Yes. Oh, by the way, before we close the interview, you have written books on main battle tanks, and elsewhere, and we've been very happy to translate your books to Turkish. Thank you.
It will be my pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you.